One more. You got it. Yes. Even one more.
It's like a fucking mosquito sound. Boy,
Dude, do a slow sweep until your voice breaks.
Welcome to episode number 21 of the OpTic podcast. Special guests Jack Dunlap CouRaGe from the CouRaGes and Hitch, who's usually behind the camera, which is why he's a special guest. So he's going to be extra bored on this one because he's literally knows what's going on. So typically, since he's not a part of the podcast, when he's listening and editing, it's like a brand new podcast, so he's entertained because he doesn't know what happened. In this case, he's going to be super bored as usual. My co-host, Money Problems,
Biscuit.
Money Biscuits.
Reliable. Here for it.
Damn.
Yeah, so So today we're starting it off just like that. So we're gonna cut it off for like 2 seconds to fix it really quickly. All right, we're back. Back after that. Apologies, I don't know what happened as usual in this. Hey, all right. So we have Jack. I didn't want to get into the outro of my amazing vlog that happens. Jack, the reason that you're here is
Cast the Modern Warfare 2 tournament with, well, when he gets double first rounded, and we're casting Bows versus Cole Leverage in the finals. It's going to be fun. That's why I flew out. I was in Los Angeles, and then we planned this. You were very gracious with getting it all set up, so I do thank you for that. And I've been loving being at the house.
don't be fake. I ain't
That was
said
like
shit.
6 lies. I heard like 6 lies right back to back.
Jack,
was very gracious.
aren't you supposed to be a senator at some point or another?
Well, not until I'm old enough. I have to be 30, but I'll be there soon. 8 more years.
Yeah, well, that's not old.
How did we get to this already in the podcast?
All right, so you're here casting the Modern Warfare 2.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about that. We're gonna talk about that, okay?
Okay.
Because like the amount of people that play that game is probably like you can count in one hand.
yeah.
It's like
It's like
pretty much you and your
me.
2 friends,
Yeah, exactly.
and then like some 2 other dudes that just like they got that game because the girlfriend didn't know.
It came in their refurbished Xbox that they got at GameStop.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what made you like go back to it?
Well, it's the game that I always loved. Like everybody talks about how they fall in love with their first Call of Duty, and every COD that's come out since then, like I really liked Modern Warfare 3. I had a lot of fun in Black Ops 2, but I just always went back to it because it's what I enjoyed most. And then my 2 buddies, they're friends that I met in real life, and we just played. We just always went back to it because it was so much fun. And the GB ladders were always popping. So
Were there how many teams like on the regular? Like, could you find a daily match if you want to?
yeah, like
Well, even like now you still can, but back in the day, I think the most lit I've ever seen GB ladders be was Modern Warfare 2.
yeah, exactly.
It was crazy.
And that's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
it was
like
nuts.
Like even though Game Battles just took down all of their
times.
360 ladders, probably the only one that was really like active, like it had like probably 30 to 40 matches per day, was Modern Warfare 2. It's just something about that game, like how well Search and Destroy was, or how good Search and Destroy was in that game, that
It was not that great.
Stop.
Whoa, I loved S&D in that game.
Modern Warfare 2.
It was so good.
You see, you didn't play Modern Warfare,
I
and
did.
you didn't play Modern Warfare.
What
Me,
are you
I
talking
did.
about? COD 4.
COD 4.
Yeah,
It's better than COD 4.
COD 4.
it's not better than COD.
It
promise
is.
you
It's
it
better
is.
than COD 4.
No
I
way.
promise you.
It is.
I understand where your mindset is with the nostalgia
Yeah.
thing, but it's better.
Well, he just always tries to use the old factor, right? He's like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
it's older, so it's better.
It's like a Notre Dame
Not everything's
football
better with
fan.
age.
It's like you just always talk
I
about
am.
Okay, 36, my bad, 36-year-old phenom. But no, Modern Warfare 2, it would be like, there was like 50,000
Wait,
teams.
are you
Yeah.
38?
36.
38.
I said 8.
38.
Yeah.
Literally, he calls himself
Damn.
36 every week on Smooth.
Yeah, I call myself. See, it started as a joke and that's a movement. The T-shirts for all my 30-year-olds asking. There's a T-shirt coming out that says the 30-something-year-old phenom. You guys are gonna like it. The design's gonna be fire.
The only time I'm
Fire.
wearing that is if I lose a bet.
Yo, I need a hat. I need hats.
Oh,
I'm
hi.
gonna start
Yeah,
wearing.
right now, you need one.
I'm going to get a cup once this is over.
I need one too, bro. Like I don't know what's happening, but lately my hair's just been out of control.
You know, I'm 21 now. I go to the
Uh,
clubs.
Oh yeah, you gotta freshen up.
Gotta get right. Gotta get right.
All right, so what's different now that you're 21?
Nothing. It's been whack.
That's what everyone
All right,
says.
been
dude.
whack.
Your mic is rubbing off against that pillow, so I don't know if you're getting a lot of noise. But anyway, go on. So what? It's been whack. What do you mean? So
haven't gone
after
out.
Vegas, shit's just got downhill.
Yeah, I mean, I've been staying home. I haven't really gone any places. I haven't.
That's what happens to everyone.
You're friends with a rapper.
What's that mean?
That he goes to parties nonstop.
So, it's not like they're fucking champagne bottles. Let's go.
But
Well-
those parties, I'm sure they don't card. I'm sure you haven't been to many parties where they like card people.
Oh yeah, I just walk in.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm sure it's
feeling.
different.
Well, also, I mean, Bo's followed the law. You didn't drink before you're 21, so that obviously
Yeah,
you turning
never
21
did
was
that.
just, that was just new to you to be able to drink.
Plus,
right?
I'm so I don't really like the taste of it.
Yeah, so it's a fire taste, right? It's still getting over that.
You
That's a
taking
big
off? Okay, that's Lethal going to UGC. He's gonna be in the next podcast, so be on the lookout for that. Do you need me to call you an Uber? No? All right.
That was news to Lethal right there. He had no clue about that.
May skill be on your favor.
Yeah, pal. All right,
And don't
pal.
worry about the flights or what happened today. Don't let that get in the way of your safety.
That's the last thought
All
he
right,
has.
pal.
Even
So,
All right
so
there, boy.
as we're recording this, a couple hours ago, there was a plane, an American Airlines plane, that caught on fire, and there's footage. Crazy. I don't know if Hitch will add that on, but there's footage from inside the cabin and from outside of the cabin of just a plane in the middle of the tarmac, just like engulfing in fire, and then like the darkest like plume of darkest smoke ever. Yeah, it
That's
was
my worst
scary.
nightmare.
Dude, I'd have been running, bro.
You know, we
Wait,
watch
what-
a video. We watch
what-
a video, and Bo's is saying he would be tackling. He would go first. He says, "Yeah, I'd definitely
getting
stop
off
and
that
take
plane.
my luggage."
I'm
He
not-
said he's grabbing his
Oh
luggage.
yeah, I'm gonna grab my book bag.
No, you're not.
Yeah,
If I was there, I would not. I'm out. Unless
Yeah,
my
100%.
backpack is like on my
well, no,
feet.
I'm saying it's one. Just grab it real quick. Let's go.
I'm pushing.
Are you
Yes.
letting the women and kids off
No.
first?
I'm going right to.
I hadn't even
I
got
know
done
how-
asking the question.
I know how the plane. I know how the plane is. Everyone knows how. People are just gonna be standing there. No time for waiting.
Truck
Get to
snake.
jumping off the plane already.
Hector's so disappointed.
No, I'm not. I mean, I was just sitting there thinking about what would I do, right? Because you have to get out of the way. Oh, I'll tell you one thing though. If I see anybody reaching up to grab their luggage, I'm
yeah.
screaming.
Yeah.
And then once I get off, I'm gonna call him some very bad names or her.
Ooh, that just reminded me. I don't think you ever told the podcast about the lady that was driving in the rain on the wrong side, yo. You remember that? Me and
yeah.
Proof? That was crazy.
So Proof, Ambos, and I were in our car. It was before I even got the X6. I think we were in the Venza, and we were driving, and there was this. It was raining like a
Dude,
mother.
it was like one of the craziest rainstorms we've ever been in. I was filming it and shit. Hex is like, "You never been in fucking rain before?"
like the time where like the windshield wipers going and you still can't see
Yeah,
it.
it was that crazy, bro. And
Those
it was
are
towards
wild.
the old house, like on the back roads.
Yeah.
It was literally a
Anyway,
straight shot.
so this lady runs a red light, or I didn't even notice. I was doing something. I was like looking to the left, and these guys are like, "Yo, did you see that?" And this lady runs the light and then crashes into what was it the barriers, the metal barriers on the side of the road. You know what I'm talking
Like
about?
the guardrails?
Yeah, the guardrails. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. So she crashes into that, gets off of that. And then we speed up because I wanted to make sure that she got off the road.
Yeah.
She had we didn't even know it was a she. We
Dude,
just
she
saw.
was driving in the opposite lane, like going over hills, like where you can't see over the other side. Like,
Yeah.
it
She was about to
crazy as
kill
fuck,
someone
bro.
Was she drunk?
Cars were so
No.
close to hitting her, bro.
No.
Like so close.
because she
Like,
couldn't see, but
inches.
she was just going fast as fuck. She was just driving. She gets on the left hand side lane and she's going forward over hills, as he just said. So there's no visibility. One, there's no visibility. Two, there's no line of sight on where you're gonna be. So I'm like following her to make sure that like I didn't know what I was gonna do. All I knew
I thought
is
we were
that at
about
some
to
point or
see some
another I was
shit.
gonna have to park my car. Okay, park my car, get out, and then make sure that people were something. It was a 2-lane driveway. Anyway, it was the wildest shit. She goes to the side, and I'm like, pull over and don't drive. I'm yelling at the lady.
I had it on video, yo.
have it on
so
video?
pissed I lost it.
No, bro. I'm like,
Hex
pull
is so
over.
pissed.
What?
You're gonna kill someone. Pull over. Guess what she does? She says this.
And keeps going.
No.
She just waves like you were saying.
No,
hi?
yeah, she just goes and then like crashes into the guardrail again, gets on the shoulder. It was scary as fuck.
Craziest shit ever, bro.
So you-
no lie.
She never stopped.
No, and then like it cleared up like forward, but
And then
like
she started driving normal again.
yeah, well, obviously when she could see it, but you see the side of her car, the front of her car fucked up.
Yeah.
It was
that
mad.
It didn't make sense, yo.
You came in today on an American Airlines flight.
Or yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah.
So that flight that we were talking about, American Airlines, which is what I flew in on, I landed at 3:30 p.m., which is when that happened with the plane. It was a Boeing 767s, like the big ones that go like international with 3 lanes of seats. Everything the exact same. And if I was 1 day later coming here, that could have been my flight.
Damn.
What would you have done?
On that, well, here I said to you guys, I was seat 29H, so
So
30 rows, 29H. I'm one of the last people. So if it comes down to it,
you're
I'm
closer to an
You gotta
exit.
do the back left exit, yeah. When everyone's on the
Oh,
left
that
side,
is
yeah.
true.
Well, I saw
right side was on
people.
fire.
They were entering the they were exiting like the normal area, and then one of the exit doors on the left side. So, and I was on the right side of the plane too.
Listen,
Dude, I would have been so pissed, yo.
that's one of the many reasons why I fly first class.
But if it crashes, you die first.
Yeah, that's why. If I crash, it's gonna be an instant death.
That's definitely another reason why.
Dude.
And if I and
I don't even think about that.
I fly so much, I'm immune to like
Dude,
turbulence.
imagine just know you're falling at the ground, like you're just gonna die. Like,
Yeah,
I
no,
used
it's terrifying.
I used to
man.
have terrible anxiety as a kid, and that was my number one fear in life was planes. Whenever I'd go to sleep on a flight because I'd be so nervous the whole day I couldn't eat, I would sleep and then I would get sleep paralysis every time I was on the plane because my body was so stressed. So I would like wake up from like my nervous nap on the plane, and I couldn't move my body for like 3 minutes.
That's terrible.
Have you ever had sleep paralysis?
I've never had
I got it
sleep
on
paralysis.
plane. I had it on plane.
Yeah.
I've had it on a plane too.
I'm terrified of sleep paralysis, and I'm terrified of kidney stones. I hope that was
Ooh,
never
kidney
happened.
stones. My uncle
Why
had
did you
them.
even say that? Every man is afraid of kidney
I'm
stones.
those are just
It's
two
the male
things.
equivalent of having a child.
Yeah, but just with no
Like
happiness.
that. Like it.
It's just a rock.
It's what they say. I don't know. I think I give a lot of women I give all women a lot of respect. Nobody respects women more than I do.
I got that impression right away. That was good. That was a good job. And you know what? It's current events. That's good stuff.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. That was my interpretation of Donald Trump. Like,
pretty
you
much.
can't say it. I mean, anyway,
Before we get into that.
before we get into that,
Yeah.
and we won't. All right, so it's my sleep paralysis story. There's 2 times. One, I was working in the mortgage industry. I was killing it. I was a junior loan officer, but I was shitting on all the regular loan officers. They gave me a Detroit account, a G&E account just by myself because I was like killing it. And I came in mad early one day, like it was 5:30 to work, and I'm like, I'm gonna take a nap. So I like laid back like this, and before you know it, I was asleep, and I felt in my dreams like one of my bosses came in or something, and they were like trying to wake me up, and he's like, "Oh my god, I think he's dead," and I'm like, I'm not dead. And I was trying to say, I'm not dead. I just can't wake up. Something happened in my head. And all of a sudden, I'm like, what woke me up was me saying, and I'm like, holy fuck. I look around and I'm like in the same room, in the same reality, but it was the actual like reality, which was nobody there. And the one that happened on a plane, I slept. I saw Nate shot like sleeping like this. And I'm like, I'm going to try that. So I lean forward, bring the thing down, and I'm sleeping like this. And I had a dream that I had lockjaw, and I was trying to open it. You know, remember that Matrix scene where his mouth like closes and he's like trying to open it? Same thing, but I'm like, and I couldn't open it because I was like this. So I was like, I have the weight of my fat ass head on my jaw, and I'm like trying to open it, and I like snap out of it. I'm like, holy fuck, never doing that shit
That's
again.
crazy.
Ever again.
That's wild. Yeah, I didn't even know what
That
sleep
shit's
paralysis
scary,
was
yo.
because Formal gets it really bad. Formal was telling me when we went to Australia, Formal like went to sleep as soon as we got there, and then woke up at like 9 p.m. and Seth and I were about to go out, and he was like, dude, I just got out of like the craziest sleep paralysis, and then we met up with him, and he was just like physically still like kind of like shaken up about it, and then I didn't even know what it was, and he explained it to me, and I was like, and then I researched it a lot, and it's terrifying.
That shit's crazy, bro.
Terrifying.
There's one where like, what is it called? Where you have like sleep paralysis, but like it feels like ghosts are chasing you and shit, and you can't move. Like
Lucid
Lucid
dreaming.
dreams?
Oh,
Yeah.
lucid dreaming.
dude, that shit sounds scary as fuck.
Yeah.
One time that happens to me, I'm not gonna go to sleep until I figure out how to stop it.
Oh, you can. Well, you can.
You can't stop
It's
it.
gonna take me like a day or so to research it.
But just imagine, aka
If
Googling
anything, he's
it.
gonna like learn how it caused and then start to accidentally do it to himself.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
Yeah.
People do that. Like
Yeah.
they actually like write down their dreams and
Yeah, I do that.
actively lucid dream.
You want to? I write. Do you guys write your dreams ever?
I don't sleep enough. I don't dream
Oh,
enough.
I had a dream yesterday about I was somewhere and a car got dented, and someone was like, "Yo, what was going on?" And as soon as like I went to go look at the car, touch it, I woke up. I was like, "Fuck."
Damn. I haven't had a good. It's because
I
I
haven't
mean,
had a
everybody
good
knows
dream
I
though.
sleep like weird. Like I sleep like everywhere, and like
Yeah, you
don't
can't enjoy.
I don't really like have like a good night's sleep every once in a
Yeah.
while. But so I don't really dream that much.
Yeah, I sleep on my back when I go to bed, and apparently, like when you sleep on your back, people say there's like a higher chance of nightmares. So I don't
Well, I'm
have
gonna do that tonight.
I don't
I
have
sleep
normal
on my stomach.
dreams. Yeah, I don't have normal dreams. The only times I remember dreams is when it's a bad one.
Yo,
Yeah.
swear to God, yo, you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, bro.
I already think you're
go.
crazy.
No
Yeah.
lie.
He was praising
We're there.
Jesus for that.
I had this dream one time, Hex. I was chasing someone
Yeah.
through like it was like an alley. They were going through an alley, but I was chasing them, and it was a brick wall, alley here, brick wall, but it was open. It was in like it looked like kind of like a desert area. There was a guy there with a milkshake, like just on the corner, but I was chasing someone. I would chase him. I stopped, looked in the cup, and it was like guts or something, bro. And I like in the dream, I went like I would gag, and every time I thought about the dream, bro, I got nauseous.
In
It was-
reality?
yeah. And one time I threw up because of it, and I was never able to get nauseous from it again.
What?
I swear to God, bro. I would think about it. I remember it was my cousin's pizza party. I'm eating pizza. Like, I thought about it. I'm like, threw up on the plate, bro. Ever since then, it hasn't bothered me.
Bro,
Shit was
what?
crazy.
What?
And the dream was recurring.
Dang.
Like, I would dream about it, like, frequently.
What
the
the
same
heck?
thing. Like, oh, I'm about to throw up in my sleep, dude. And it would never come up.
Lately, I've been having dreams that have a plot twist at the end.
What?
I swear to God.
He's his own M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
the director.
I am. And I'm like, holy, like, even in my dream, I'm such an idiot. Like, in my dream, I wake up thinking, I'm like, why the fuck did I say, damn, that would be a really good movie. You should write it down. No bullshit, like, twist. I'll be dreaming, all of a sudden I'll be like, oh, I know how this is going to end. And then it happens, I'm like, oh, plot twist. That's so crazy. But
you knew.
Dude, I hate when I say
Well,
the
it's
wrong
my
shit.
story in my
Like, if
fucking-
I'm talking to a girl in my dream, and like it's going so well, and then I say something, and then she starts blacking out, and I wake up. I'm like, fuck.
wait a minute. She
You
starts
get curved-
blacking
Yeah,
out.
you just say the wrong thing, and you guys start going at it, but then like for like a second, and then you just wake up like, fuck, why did I say that? Why did I say that in my dream?
That's
That
the
never
end of
happened to you?
You get
No.
curved in your own dreams?
No.
You get
He's
rejected
old
in your own dream.
Yeah, right? That's
First
tough.
off, I've been with a lot of women in my dreams. I've been with a lot of women. I've been with a lot of women in my dreams.
You put in work?
Hell yeah, my dreams are lit. Yo, I had this, no lie, might as well just, if we're talking about dreams, might as well say it. One time I had this dream, right? Boom. I would go into the dream. I'm in a room. The best way I could describe it is like, it literally was like being inside of a light bulb. It was so bright, but there was a bed in there and a girl laying there with red lipstick. And I was sitting, I don't remember what her face looked like or her skin tone. I just remember she had red lipstick, and I was just sitting there. We're talking, like, I was like, are you going to be better? And as soon as I went to kiss her, I woke up. I'm like, what the fuck? This shit was crazy. I had to dream again, like, a few times in the same room. Shit's scary, and they all come out the same way.
I had dreams like that when I was younger, and this goes back to my whole anxiety thing. Walking into my basement, get down to the second to last step. I see my dad sleeping on the couch. It's dark. It's a normal night, so I think nothing of it. As I get to the second to last step, a guy comes around the corner like my gaming area used to be in, puts me into a bag, and starts walking, like kidnapping me. And that's when I wake up. And I had that 5 or 6 times across like 2 years.
You know he's going to come around the corner. You can't stop it.
So now every time I would walk in my basement, I would turn my light on the top of my steps, get down to that stair, and like peek around the corner. Because I was afraid of everything when I was like 8, 9, 10 years old.
That was
That's
my
when that
worst
happened.
fear, yo.
That's
my mom
crazy.
said, Mark, go get the laundry. Fuck. The basement, yo. I
Going in the
can't-
basement,
Dude,
really?
shit was
Yeah.
scary as fuck,
Oh, yeah.
yo.
My grandma's house has like a compost bin, and like the back she lives like in the country, and in the backwoods area there's like a compost place where you just like throw the scraps. And then I just remember when I was like 8, she was like, yeah, we've been seeing bears out here all the time. And like so whenever I would stay at a week at my grandparents' house, like I would always throw the compost out, and after dinner it's like dark out there, and walking out there to the edge of the woods and then just hearing all like deer and squirrel and everything in there, I'm like, there's 100 bears in there and they're just gonna come kill me.
This is it.
Ooh, that was probably scary.
Yeah,
huh?
that I forgot about that until you started talking about how
Okay, buddy. There's no bears.
how
here.
scared we all were at
No
one
bears,
point.
bro. No bears. No
No
bears.
bears.
Luckily, there's no bears in
Yeah.
There's coyotes though. They fuck shit up.
Wait, who?
Yo.
It was Ian that used to have the huge coyote hunting thing, right? That was who used to chase him down.
Well, Ian just wants to hunt, and
That's
we
true,
live
that's
in,
true.
Yeah,
that's that's his career after Call of Duty.
Well,
He's gonna be like he's gonna have his own
hunter.
hunting like show.
or in the army. Yeah, he wants to be a SEAL.
Yeah.
Yo,
Hunt.
one time
Good luck.
in Connecticut, my family had they still live there, but the person I'm talking about passed away. But it was my aunt. She had a house in what was it called? I don't know. It's by Greenwich, Connecticut. It's a place over there. And Windsor Locks. There you go. And my mom had this friend. We were all over there, just all my family. Mom had her friends over there and stuff. And this girl gave me a yo-yo, right? It was like light up one. It was nice as fuck. And she's like, all right, let's go outside. We're gonna go in the pool. And it was like kind of dark out. And I thought like she just pranked me to like go out. Well, as soon as I went out there to walk to the pool, because the pool was in the middle, it wasn't like in the ground or anything. The backyard was open, no gate. There was just a pool there. As soon as I go out there to start climbing the ladder, there's 2 foxes just waiting. Like, I'm like, oh shit! I was pissed as fuck, yo. I'm like, I ran back to the house. They didn't chase me. She came outside like, what happened? I threw her yo-yo into the shed, like, trying to trick me, yo.
Spiteful.
I got in trouble with my mom
I got in trouble with my mom.
for doing it to that to her friend. I used to terrorize people. Man.
Foxes aren't like
What? That shit would have chased me.
foxes. Aren't they like?
What was it gonna do? Eat you?
Bite the shit out of me?
No, they will bite. Yeah, I mean, I'll kick them before.
Yeah, they're like tiny, right?
Well, no, this is
Yeah,
when I
not
was
that
pretty much
Oh,
boned.
yeah.
Okay.
Wait, how old were you?
10.
Oh, then I'd be afraid.
Well,
Yeah.
you were like 6'5" when you were 10, though.
Nah, I wasn't.
So he
So
shrunk.
obviously,
Yeah.
you're 6'5" now.
Well,
No,
you
I
were just
wasn't.
saying tall. You was just saying the tall in general. That's what I meant it.
Man. All right. So a lot has happened since the last time we had a podcast. It's literally been a month. Last time we had Little Dirk here. It was the last time that we recorded. We got just a lot of stuff has happened. We're not going to give you any excuses. We just didn't upload it. That's what it is. I know you guys are mad, but, we're mad too. So we're on the same boat. Today we have another rapper by the name of CouRaGe. What's your stage name?
Little Jack.
Little with
Lil.
T's.
Lill.
L-I-L-L.
Because I hold L's with
You
the
get
apostrophe.
okay.
Ah,
Yeah. Hold a lot of L's.
Can I put that in the title?
Yeah.
Jack. No, we're not. We got good titles here. Okay.
thanks.
All right, Jack. So a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Mostly because we've known you since you first came on the scene as one of the backup casters or the side. You know what I'm saying? Like literally from the beginning.
Yeah.
And you sort of like didn't. You sort of put yourself out there, right? You just said, if I'm going to do this, I'm just going to have fun and put myself out there. And it worked out for you. I remember one of the first times we ever hung out, you and I, was at Anaheim. And we went to a club. It wasn't a club. We went to a bar. And it was like a 40-plus men and women bar.
I remember that.
Right? And the first thing, like, as soon as a song came on, Jack... arms in the air, hits the
ready.
dance
Hell
floor,
yeah.
and I'm like, man, look at Jack. I was thinking to myself, I'm like,
Oh, I know which one you said. One with the dance floor in the middle?
yeah, in Anaheim.
Yeah.
No, not in Anaheim.
No, it was in
UMG Ontario?
Yes.
No, it may have
Was it?
been.
Because it
Where
UMG
like
Ontario
inside
was
it was
like-
a little bit a ramp you had to go down. And
Yeah.
the bar was in left
Yeah,
corner.
that was UMG Ontario. That was like my 5th event.
Yeah. So I was like, man, this guy's out there. And then you did a couple interviews. You did, obviously, commentator was good. But all of a sudden, the CWL happens last year or this season, and you just like started streaming, and like it was like a whirlwind, I bet, for you in your head. Like, couldn't have imagined that happening.
It caught me off guard, really.
Because I mean, if you think about it, like they had a lot of talent on those desks, right? Maven being really good and obviously being seasoned, and then obviously Matt Morello being super seasoned. Who else am I forgetting? Revan. Revan's really good because he
Revan's
was a
a
pro player.
god,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I couldn't.
I love Revan.
Revan was my roommate last year, and
Yeah.
I mean, even from the start to the finish, I mean, he improved so much. All of us really did because of the reps, but I mean, I think Revan was truly the one pro gamer
Yeah.
who was like
the
that
first.
more kind of introvert type that was just all about the game.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
developed that super gamer mindset into
Yeah.
being a broadcaster mindset, being
Yes.
better on camera.
Yeah.
And he started doing the telestrator stuff, like analyzing
Yeah.
and was great for new viewers. Like he super improved. Like he was already good, but he really impressed me last year.
Same. I think he.
We have the same birthday. Just saying.
You and Revan?
Yeah.
I think he really came out of his shell and like did an amazing job at just
yeah.
like illustrating like the simple stuff, the stuff that we know take for granted, but he still included it to not make it boring to the people that already know it, but make it educational for those who don't.
Yeah.
But then you started streaming and it started becoming this personality, and you're good at the game. Like you've been on the Ultimate of OpTic matches sometimes, and and you've carried like very hard. Is that somebody?
Nick.
Nick, I don't think he's.
What's up, Nick? Yeah, you're good. But yeah, so you were good at the game, and there was a lot of people that were like kind of giving you flack because people thought that you got big off of being on camera like the whole time, when in reality it was just hard work and being entertaining on fucking camera. Yeah. You know, like nobody, like I didn't think that. I like people with a sane mind didn't think that.
It's actually crazy. I actually want to step out for a second. Can you tell a story that you told us today at IHOP? I know you look. Or do you want me to? Do you want me to retell it?
Just for I've always been saying like, I hate when people say that because like people just are not gonna just like you for no reason. Like you know what I mean? Like they don't just say, oh, I'm a fan of this person.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason.
All right. Wow. So I'm gonna step out for like
new guest
for this little story. It's actually a crazy story.
New guest.
Worth it?
Yeah, no,
It's not really.
I actually had no idea.
It's just
Pretty much.
Whoa.
Talking
about his foot?
No, about how he got that.
Pretty much Jack's a D rider.
I was not ready for that. What does that mean?
It all started back in StarCraft 2.
Okay.
And then that's when,
Get closer to the mic. Get closer to the mic. Get the mic closer to you if it's more comfortable.
I was joking.
Help him out, Jack. Help him out. Grab him from the arm, not from the mic.
I got it.
Okay.
Stop touching the mic. Stop touching the mic. Thank you.
Let's
Grab it from the
All
arm.
right, so where were we?
Hey, listen. Grab it from the shaft.
You
Nick.
called me a
Right.
D.
It's
Rock.
good. It's
I
in my mouth.
Okay, you're good.
All right. You met him in StarCraft 2.
Met him in StarCraft 2.
Yep.
And by met him, he, I guess, randomly messaged me on Twitter.
Was this
And
before anything?
anything?
Well,
Okay.
well, let me quickly preface this too.
Anything.
Let me help this too. I was a fan of Halo prior to that. Halo started to die out in the MLG scene. StarCraft was taking over.
Give us a time. Like give us
2011.
Thank you.
So I was a fan of Halo since 2007. Fan of Nick's. Fan of Mike. Fan of all those guys. So they started being like, "What the hell is this game taking over Halo? Like,
Yeah.
I want to try this." So they would go.
A lot
and
of us
tweet,
were
and they were noobs.
randomly got into StarCraft.
Yeah, and they would tweet like,
And we were
"Hey,
noobs.
anyone want to play or teach me StarCraft?" So I was one of the followers on Twitter that would reply and say yes, and then that's where Nick can take it from here.
I mean, it's not really much of a story. It's just I was joking with him that I made Jack because literally, I don't know if I was the very first one, but I feel like I was the very first one to start playing with
Honestly, it was between you and Enable. We're like two of the earliest people I played with on StarCraft.
you. Really? Because
Yeah.
Enable started getting into it, like, I think slowly after I was, like, quitting.
Then it might have been you. You defied to.
I'm just trying to take the credit
take
of
credit.
making
Yeah, I do that all day long.
I'll give Nick credit.
But, yeah, that's actually how he got in the scene.
That's
Was
crazy.
from
I would
playing
have never
was
thought that
from
you.
playing
Nick?
StarCraft with Halo Pros.
Yep. And the big one was Puckett. Because then I built a relationship
Yeah,
with Puckett.
Christopher
That's
the
my
big
Fuckett.
one.
That's my first.
What'd you say?
Christopher fuck
The big one.
He gave me my first internship at MLG. And that was all because I played a game with him online.
Oh, Nick. Good guy, Nick.
Good guy,
Thanks,
Nick.
Nick.
Jack is, made connections, and look at him now. He's
All
a
right.
star.
Thank you, Nick.
Nick,
That was
Nick,
amazing.
Go get some sleep, Nick.
Amazing input.
See you guys.
Nick spent the last 24 hours going for a nuke on Modern Warfare 2.
Please go take a shower. I can even smell you.
And he can't smell.
Thanks, boss.
That was
Jeez.
the punchline. We got it.
Bro, get the dogs, bro. Get them dogs off the
can't see it.
table.
Can they?
You don't know that?
They might be able to see
I
it.
think they might be able to see it.
You gotta get those
Wait, put
off.
it up. Put it up.
Not like that.
You should have said yes.
Sheesh.
Anyway, all right. So where were we? All right. So
This podcast is good.
Get to your toes.
so yeah. So you started grinding, right? And obviously you're good at the game. You're entertaining as hell to watch. What do you recommend? Well, like what is your advice for those, right? Because just being on camera is not one thing, right? Because if it was so, then Revan would also be like big on Twitch, or anybody else that tries would be big on Twitch. It's not the way it works, right? Like there was something that you did that made you do like what was your breakout point where you said, I'm like, holy shit, like I'm popular on Twitch, and two, like what made you like just keep grinding at it?
I think the couple things was like, this has always been a dream for me, right? So first, getting that opportunity to even be on camera and be a part of the CWL was like, that was crazy. Left college mid-senior year, moved across the country for it. I'm beginning to realize now that maybe in the moment I didn't realize the sacrifices I was taking.
Yeah.
Like leaving school, missing out on the memories of my senior year, which I'm still finishing online. I'll have my degree finished in the spring. Moving away from all my family. At the time, I knew they were sacrifices, but I didn't realize it. Like, I mean, everyone here even has taken those similar steps. So I got out there, and after it began to set in, when I started to miss people and realize, like, I'm looking at Snapchat and I'm missing this fun birthday party or this thing at college.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, it started to make me realize, like, one, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to make the most of this, right? So I started just going out on a limb, trying things. I'm someone who, it's very easy for me to make fun of myself. Like, I make fun of myself. I don't take myself too seriously. Outside of like, okay, if I'm in the workplace and I want to be respected in these certain ways, then absolutely I'll fight for that and prove that I deserve that respect or something along those lines. But on my stream itself, like, I mean, I don't care what if I do something cringy.
Yeah,
and someone thinks it's cringy and they odd shot and like, look at CouRaGe, man. Yeah. Because if people are enjoying that and that's who I really am, then that's all that matters. So I would dance on camera. You know, someone would just join my chat and go, this guy's fat. And where other streamers would like just time him out instantly, I'd be like, this guy's fat. And then I would always have queued up like In the Arms of an Angel from those like sad dog commercials and like would have it instantly ready to be played. So I would play that and then my whole stream would start spamming like the cry emote and people, and I'd be like crying and I'm over time, I've actually gotten really good at fake crying to the point where like tears start in my eyes. And another thing I did was like, it's all I thought about, right? So I would work full time, 9 to 6 every day, and then I would have set up like who I'm playing with, everything. So the second I got home, I started meal prepping. So I would no longer have to take an hour to cook food or get food. I would have a meal ready, microwave it. I'm live by 6:20 p.m. So I was getting myself on a schedule. And you always preach consistency. I mean, even before this, we had that conversation where I've, as of late, if I'm critiquing myself, had made more excuses. Yeah. But at the same time, my life has kind of taken a turn the last month and a half with having to move and doing all sorts of that and taking on new responsibilities with work. So that's been a hurdle that I'm having to kind of jump over. And then also, at this point, I played, like, and you guys have gone through this in CODs too. It's like, I played 600 wagers now in Black Ops 3.
Yeah, I already know what you mean. I was thinking about that.
I casted bots. I played 40 tournaments. At this point, I'm just ready for the new
I like
game. I was just
so
thinking
that's to me that was something that you did that was like completely different and caught the attention of people where you would have two bots, two teams of bots, and then you would call them, you would give them team names, the TK bots, the OpTic bots, and then you would just cast them. No, like, think about that. That's such a good idea, right? Because not only does it loosen you up as a caster, but you're also like doing something different, and you're like humanizing bots.
Yeah. So the number one thing I got critiqued on a lot as a caster was that I overhyped everything.
Yeah.
So when I went into the bot world league, I knew that these bots would do ridiculous plays.
Yeah.
So I wanted to kind of teach myself that I would see this insane shit all the time.
Yeah.
That those moments would begin to like dull out, so that when I would cast actual matches and like, I don't know, a two-piece would happen that maybe I shouldn't overhype would happen, I would like give it less of a hype because I would see shit in the bot world league that was like
they're no scoping people.
Yeah, and I'd be like, and yes, I'd get hyped then, but then I'd see something like closer to that in the real CWL, and I'd be like more chilled out.
Yeah,
that's cool. And people would also come to me like, wait, so this is how CouRaGe practices casting?
Yeah.
And I was like, it helps me in a couple ways, but for the most part, like, it was really funny.
Yeah, no.
And my goal with it was also, I didn't want to piss off any of the organizations. So, like, any graphics I made around the stream, I never once used a team logo, so people wouldn't think it was affiliated with it. I never once, when I post the standings, there was always a thing in the bottom that said, these teams are not affiliated with
Yeah.
actual organizations, because the last thing I wanted was for any organization to get pissed. And over time, people started to see the traction about World League, and like a match would happen between Luminosity and TK, and like the Luminosity organization I would tag them jokingly, and they would reply and be like, they're going down, like all this stuff. And it was funny because like it started to really gain traction. And that's the issue was I was casting the CWL, and then I would go home and cast a Bot World League match, and it was really, really successful. Like, it was really good. But one thing I really learned this year, and I'm sure once again that you guys have experienced, is like I started to get burned out. Yeah. And I started to get burned down on just casting bots, and those extraordinary moments that would happen in the bot league, I was starting to fake my energy. And the first thing I learned from Puckett was when you start faking your reactions and your energy is when people will stop. Well, they'll see right through that bullshit.
Yep.
And I'm someone who I only want to put out content that I'm happy with.
Yeah.
So instead of me forcing the Bot World League, I was like, you know what? I just got to lay it to rest for a bit.
Yeah.
And like I'm going to come back with it for Infinite Warfare. I can do the same thing in Infinite Warfare. I don't think Modern Warfare Remastered will have that ability, but for Infinite Warfare I can do the same thing. And I'm like relaunching like a shirt design and stuff like that. So I'm excited.
That's awesome.
All right, so what's your Twitch name, just in case?
Twitch.tv/CouRageJD.
And what do you call your subscribers?
The Courageous. He laughs every time.
I love it. I love it.
Every time.
Puckett's the man, right? Like
Puckett.
how, like even
Changed my life.
Yeah, even the people from CS:GO, like Richard Lewis, who I watch a lot of and respect his work and all. Like even he was like giving like massive props to Puckett.
Yeah. Oh,
like it's insanity how good he is. He brought up Wiz, brought up like a lot of talents out of
Christopher, I get.
What do you keep saying?
I get some hype, yo.
All right, so your recommendation. What do you tell these kids
Oh, for starting, I mean,
who want to cast? Because it's an actual job.
Casting stuff is one you've got to have. Like if someone goes, I want to cast this event. So let's say you tweet at Puckett and say I want to be a caster at this event. Let's just say Puckett responds and goes, okay, show me. You better have
Something ready.
footage of you ready. Like you better have recent stuff of you. I don't know, watching a stream or there was a way in Black Ops 3 where you could go and access people's matches they played their theater.
Yeah.
And you know what? Launch a theater and cast from the theater of these pro matches.
Yeah.
Give reason for people to look into you and not only just cast the match, but have the information in the back that we use to fill and talk about in content. You know, if it's Aches playing, talk about his prior, these changes he had with this team. Talk about his prior accomplishments. And do it as a caster would, and critique yourself and improve. That's the first thing is you need to have examples of what your product is.
Yeah.
And
because you never know in this industry, lightning could strike at any moment.
I never casted before my first event.
Yeah.
They had AW Open. I got contacted by Puckett 8 days prior, and he said, Advanced Warfare Open.
Yeah.
My first event. He said,
Yeah.
do you want to cast COD? Do you want to try casting it? And I said, I've never done it. He says, do you think you can do it? I said, let's do it. And that was literally 8 days later. I went to Columbus.
So
Wait, Ghost?
Advanced
AW.
Warfare.
So
When it was a double best of 5 between FaZe and OG when Pat cut his hand.
yeah.
that was the first time you've ever casted.
That was the first
Not even
time.
training.
First time I ever casted COD. I did 3 matches in the 5K the week before, so that they knew I wasn't gonna go out there and be like
Shit the bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
I
awesome.
remember because that was actually, we talk about this all the time. His first ever cast, and you did a lot of interviews too, right? That event.
That event, they realized like right away that what my favorite thing to do is interview people.
Yeah. And I remember thinking, who is this guy, and why is he so good at interviews? But we talk about this all the time. It's like that first event, the AW Open was my first event with OpTic Intel. At the time, I had transitioned away from other things, and that was your cast or your first cast, and then we became friends like a month or two later, something like that.
Yeah, with Hudson.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Hudson's
Yeah,
part of the
I
trio.
forgot. And then ever since then, we just like Jack and I have just kind of like been friends throughout this whole journey to.
He was the first person I told outside like my family about me doing CWL stuff, and then I was like one of the earliest people he told about him moving to the.
That's great. We actually
so you
got.
guys are pretty much best friends.
Yeah,
Let's just
right.
get
That's
to
it. You
the shit.
fucking
Thanks,
get it,
thanks, Bose.
fucking get it over with. Just say
You
that.
wanna get
No, I'm
involved?
saying.
The fuck were they doing?
He asked about it.
I know.
So you guys are fucking best friends.
He just wants what we have. We can grow. We can grow.
Well, that's awesome, man. I commend you on your success. It's always very happy to see good people succeed, and you're definitely one of the good ones. So kudos on that. Unlike that, what's that guy's name? Maven.
No.
Fuck, dude. I'm kidding. One of my goals is to have a podcast with Maven and Gandhi. Mainly Maven, but you know,
Maven and
Gandhi's
Gandhi and
like
you.
God.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah,
Dude,
I'm happy
that-
for Gandhi too. He just actually announced the first game he's lead developing on.
yeah.
So I'm really happy for him.
Yeah,
That's
so
what I
am I. Good people. I didn't know that you've been around that long that you actually played with Nick before
What the fuck?
anything.
Before any of us knew who Nick was.
Actually, this is funny too. You mentioned Gandhi really quick. I got a Skype call with Gandhi at one point because we were playing one of those older games, StarCraft or one of them, and because I was close with Defy too, and Defy and Gandhi, they were in there, and I jokingly did a fake cast with Gandhi over like Halo gameplay. And I'm like, bro, do you think I could be a caster? This was when I had no following, 200 followers on Twitter. And he goes, honestly, wasn't too bad. But he goes, you cannot do that voice because I had my voice was over exaggerated. And he goes, and you have to calm down. You're like, you're way too hyped, too much energy. And that was the first time I ever fake casted or casted anything was to Gandhi in a Skype call.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about the things that work and don't work, like you just never know. And if you're ashamed or shy to try different things,
Like, that
fair.
was the point I was going to bring up. Was like with YouTube stuff. There's a channel with 7 million subscribers where How to Basic channel where he just throws eggs and destroys shit and has 7 million subs. That's
were we
full-time
talking about that? Because I was just talking about How to Basic a couple of.
It wasn't with me.
Who was it? I don't know, but yeah.
YouTube's a prime example. Like with MaNiaC doing the MaNiac booming thing. Like he probably didn't expect that to be the huge, and now he's got 11 of them, and they're all super successful.
Yeah.
What the
I
heck?
mean, dude, one day I said I'm gonna see you guys somewhere at the same damn time, and that caught on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, people hate it first shot of the day. They're like, why?
Yeah.
Why
And then
the
it,
heck- why the fuck
first
are
shot
you
of
saying
the
that?
day. If you're afraid to try shit, it's always gonna.
And with UFC.
True.
And
I
then
love
he, and then he
watching
quit.
UFC stuff.
You know, this guy plays UFC, gets us invited, VIP passes.
Oh yeah,
to-
shout out to UFC. Thank you. For real, they got me tickets to McGregor fight.
Yeah, that was hype.
When?
The last one and this one.
They want to take us to the McGregor.
Wait,
They want to take me and a special guest.
Fight? Oh,
just one
so
special
not
guest?
us.
I mean, I can see what I could do.
Who you got? Who you
Oh
gonna
my.
take? Who?
It better not be a girl.
First guy that came to your mind.
Mike.
The first,
It better not
the
be a.
first guy.
Oh, you were gonna take a girl?
I mean, who was I gonna take?
Yeah, no, that's what you do. If they only give you one ticket, always take a honey.
UFC
honey.
fight?
A honey.
That's a
Wait, what?
36-year-old.
Yeah,
Way to
that's
say
like
it.
23
Always
years
take
ago.
a
That's
honey.
that's my honey.
I don't
what
really.
they
I
said in the
don't really
80s.
watch UFC to begin with, so I'm probably gonna take a dude that knows what he's talking about, so I can be.
Ooh, yeah, you go to the bar.
All right, let's talk a little bit of some esports, especially surrounding Gears of War. Simply because one, I just came back from there. You skipped it because you had Blake's bachelor party. Can you talk about the bachelor party? Was it too wild?
No, it was actually I vlogged the whole thing. It was probably one of my most successful vlogs in like months. It was really fun.
What was it?
We went to like this cabin in the woods. With
Is that the name of the strip club?
Damn.
Cabins in the Woods?
no? Is that the name of the strip?
Did they have a buffet?
I
Because only the good ones have buffets. I wouldn't know. That's what they tell me.
don't know. What are you implying? I
With
missed.
crabs? They got crabs.
Yes.
What
is
is
this conversation
where I don't know.
I'm
All right,
out
all
of the loop. I
right,
think
yeah,
I
that was
think
good.
that's
That was
the same.
really good. That was really good.
Okay.
Anyway, so you didn't go to a strip club like typical
No.
bachelor parties go.
Yeah.
What did you guys do?
Went
Cabin
to
in the woods?
Yeah, cabin in the woods, and then we basically just like hung out for 2 days. We went hiking one time. We went
That's
into Boone, which is like a mountain city in North Carolina, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. Really relaxing, really chill, and then we drank a lot of alcohol. It was fun.
He's of age.
All right. So, all right, Blake. I hope that you. Who's the best man? Who's the best man?
His buddy named Sean.
All right, cool. Well, it is obvious, Blake, if you're watching this, that you picked the wrong best man. Okay, because have you ever picked me or Hitch.
Just imagine he calls you up tomorrow. Yeah, Sean bailed. So
Is like, yo,
do you have a tux?
Over.
do you have a tux? I'd be like, yeah, of course I have formal wear. What kind of animal do you think I am? yes, it has a monogram on the inside of my left pocket. Why wouldn't it?
What does it say? What does the jacket say?
Which
On
one?
the inside?
I have a lot of them.
Which one? What's the famous quote? Don't mind if I do it. Some shit.
Oh no, it's like, can you please remind me?
Why'd you get that, bro? Can you please remind me? What the fuck?
All right, so Fwiz, I don't know, somehow Indochino, and I'm not giving them a plug, although they have given me free suits in the past. This time, I mean, shit. If you guys want, if anyone in Indochino wants to send me a new one, we're going to Vegas soon. Free plug.
Yeah,
Anyway, so
I don't have a suit.
so anyway, so
shoes and
are you going to Vegas for COD?
King Twitch.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
All right. So should I book the flights and then square up later? All right. Anyway, so check it out. So Fwiz had this thing, and
Oh, you meant like where we're
and
staying
on
and
the
shit?
inside of his it said custom made for Fwiz, and I'm like, oh yo, that's so dope, custom level. So I looked up and I just started getting I got I don't know, I bought the majority, but I did get like 2 to 3 free ones, and mine was just like one of them said want to win don't play, just like fun shit, and one of them, the one that he likes, is the one that says can you please remind me.
One says OpTic hacks.
No, what's it says? Custom made for the and it's like, yeah, custom made for the OG from OG.
Dude.
That's dope. That's a
Emoji.
dope one. What do you mean, the OG from us? I gave myself a pat on the back on that
that's
one.
good.
Cringy one.
But
Yeah.
But nobody can see it, right?
not if you show him, no. But
Gotta-
That's hilarious.
what's his name? Krim borrowed mine, and then what did it say? It said some.
Oh, he was taking pictures of the open jacket. And
Yeah,
shit.
it said custom made for OpTic hacks, and he's like, he was wearing it. What cringy one did I have? Oh no, I had one. It's like something about, I don't know. I can't even say it all that. Anyway,
Think of the sponsors.
where the fuck were we going with this? How did we get there? Oh, Vegas, bachelor party,
Oh, I can
Gears of
go
War.
Gears. Yes. All right.
Gears of War. We brought it back
Oh
in.
wow! Yeah, we just
Wow, talk about digressing. Jesus.
That was in 2
Hey,
minutes.
hey guys, let's talk about Gears of War. Fucking monograms on tuxedos. All right, so it was my first experience. Well, in 7 years, so it's my first experience. Well, 4 years. My first experience for Gears of War. I've always known that they've been wild as fuck, right?
Yeah.
Because Diesel was really good friends with this dude named I don't remember, but they were fucking rugged. I'm talking about fights used to break out at events,
Yeah.
pushing, like straight up thug shit.
Yeah.
And they've always been known as that, like really rowdy crowds, and really and to Gears of War and the coalition and the whole esports department, they're embracing it, which is like what you do when something sets your league apart from somebody else. You don't conform. You adjust, you adapt, and you embrace it. And they did that. So,
Well,
pardon the burp.
I think it's a slight two-way street there. With I don't think they want them fighting on stage.
No.
and stuff like that, but I know exactly what you're saying with like I love that aspect of their esport.
Yeah.
You see how passionate they are.
Yeah, and I went there and it was like it was hype as fuck. I'm not gonna lie, it was hype. The shit that was happening on stage. It's been such a long time since I've seen something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do I feel it? So, am I cool with this?
Yeah.
I was asking myself all these questions internally. I'm like, what do I do here?
You see explosive stand up, and your heart like doesn't know what to do.
What are you doing?
Oh, you're like, what are you?
cool.
What are you
Yeah.
about to say?
So I thought about it. I'm like, and it's common sense, right? Like I'm new to the space, right? I can't just come in and say, this is not the way this shit's done, like, and try to fix it. So I too embraced it. The only thing I asked is like a little bit less swearing, because holy fuck,
He's learned a new word.
I'm like, holy shit. No, like I get it. Like if it's like
Like, how many adjectives do you have?
as long as it's in the creative context according to the essence of the scene, by all means, as long as it falls on the creative, swear. And I swear on the podcast, I swear on my blog, whatever. But in the middle of competition, like where like you don't know who's watching, you know who's tuning in. Like
COD used to be crazy back in the day.
That's what I'm saying. I was just about to ask. Do you think Call of Duty
They gotta do the
conformed
open
too much?
Stage again, man. Like that was what made it hype, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, do you think? I don't want to use the term boring, but do you think we're heading down that path, or no?
No.
I mean, like, nah, not really, but like, I kind of want to see the two teams interact.
Yeah, I think the biggest
Like
thing
Ghost
was
first event was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, now we're playing CWO matches where the teams are literally 3 miles apart and they can't even see each other.
Oh, that was such a horrible setup, man.
For
I hope
champs?
that, yeah, fuck, dude. I hope whoever, and if anybody's listening, if you guys hire the same people to do the same shit, at least have them ask
Yeah.
MLG or people that have been doing like events for a long time. Because although that shit would have worked awesome for a fucking concert where the artist literally needs to get the fuck away. I mean, look at Kanye, right? He's floating. He's floating a stage above.
Genius.
Think about it. Is it genius?
Genius.
If you're on the cheap seats, yeah. If you paid top dollar, you're not see. It's not glass.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not glass. All you're seeing is the underbelly of a fucking platform. It's just.
That's what the pit's for, though. You
I was
want
gonna say, I guess that's a part of the experience because that stage has lights underneath it. So every time I watch a video of
Yeah, it's like
Kanye,
orange
like,
lights, right?
it could be the dullest part of one of his songs,
Yeah.
and the people that get underneath those lights just start going insane.
Okay, we're digressing again.
Yeah, where were we?
Yeah.
Suits,
So we're
damn it.
we're really good at that. We're good. We're really good. All right, so we were really good at that. So I liked it, man, and I think that I don't think Call of Duty needs that sort of like incredible hype, but I think
No,
that
not that
good
kind.
hype is good. And one of the reasons that early on we were like really calm, even when they used to yell, we used to be really calm, is because we weren't winning.
We weren't winning.
We weren't winning. Yeah. So we said, guys, take the high road. Don't fucking acknowledge.
I mean, but you
them."
also at that point it was Will never. I don't think he's yelled at anyone in his life.
No.
And then Merc and like what Ray. So out of all of those, I think.
Ray would apologize.
Yeah, I think it
No,
would
Ray
just
was
be.
Ray was a really good shit talker.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about
I
it,
guess I'm thinking of professional side of Ray.
yeah.
The best one were from like Gfinity, like Furico and playing other teams. and
Yeah,
stuff.
dude. One of Crim's favorite stories is playing when the Complexity team was playing OpTic. He said Aches was in like a 1v3 and he was yelling at the OpTic team where he was on the map and still clutched it. He was like, "I'm here," and he was just screaming at
Yeah,
them.
it
And
was with Proofy too.
Yeah.
Like Proofy was on. He's like, "I'm going through mid on what was that?
No.
With a mansion, and there's like a parking lot.
What game were you talking about?
What game were we
Black Ops
talking
2. Black Ops 2.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
like a little like sanctuary in the middle. It's a house. It's a very
Standoff?
Retreat?
No
Standoff?
retreat. Maybe I don't know.
Parking?
What
Retreat?
is it?
Isn't that- that's not even
It's got
Black
a
Ops 2
circle
map.
on one side.
Raid?
Retreat was
Raid.
The,
Raid,
Retreat's the map.
Oh yeah, why am I saying retreat? Retreat
This
was.
is AW, right?
I
Yeah.
was thinking of. I knew it started with an R. I'm saying Ray.
Oh,
I'm
Yeah,
saying
raid. Yeah, and he was telling him
clutch.
like where he was. He's like, I'm gonna go through mid. I'm gonna go
What's
through mid.
Retreat look like?
Retreat from AW was with the pool.
Turtle, big turtle.
Two turtles.
Yeah.
That's why I was messing up. I knew it was an R.
Yeah, good job, caster.
Map. Yeah.
Way to know your shit, bro. Okay, so yeah, I mean, what do you think? I mean, we've talked about this and I've asked you, but
About what?
about the hypeness of Gears of War.
I mean, I like it. I think it's cool.
As a player, you wish you could do shit like that?
Nah, I wouldn't like go all crazy like that. I mean, if someone pissed me off, though, I would probably say something back.
I mean, it still happens. I mean, obviously, you look at the champs game with C9. Like, it still happens, but I don't know. I feel like people overreact now whenever it does happen.
I feel like the big thing in COD right now is that it's the storylines that drive that. Like that moment is driven by a storyline.
Yes,
Where in
that's
Gears
true.
right now, it's just like it doesn't. From what I see, it's like whoever you're facing, it is trash talk the whole time. Where right now in COD, it comes out when there's a big storyline behind it. Obviously,
Yeah, if you
the
got beef
Aches
with
versus
someone.
Aches versus the OG rivalry, like stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
what drives those moments, and then the intensity and the stakes behind it just escalated even more.
Well, in Gears, the Envy team and our team have like actual like they don't like each other. Like it's, there's like a guy out there who made a video on like all of the things that have happened in all 8 of those players' histories, and I just like it comes to a point where they literally don't like each other.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
Wait, what? I haven't seen it. What is it?
It's like people. It's like roster changes, and then like different people have like snaked out of teams and costed people the other team's money. And it's like whenever you have money and friendships and like professional pride all intertwined in this like ego soup.
That is true.
Then
Rick's
you
a waste of money.
yeah, they literally so they are always gunning for each other.
Rick don't play no games when it comes down to the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened. I mean, yes, to your point, yes, it's anybody that gets up there, they're going to talk shit to each other because that's part of the game. But in our situation or in their situation between OpTic and Envy, like that's what happened. One of the dudes sketched out last minute, and they put the other team in a shitty spot, and bad shit happened. And then after that, they got picked up by OpTic.
So right now, would you say the strongest OpTic Envy rivalry is right now in Gears?
Yes, without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
That's cool.
Because of like,
But I show up the event,
Yeah,
baby.
and it's actually
Got my boys
it's
in
crazy.
OpTic,
The only OpTic Envy teams that like don't really have a legitimate rivalry is in CS, because the other 3 teams like you have Lethal Snipe Down, and there's a rivalry there, and then you have what is that? Oh, COD, obviously. Envy just won champs, so it's crazy. It's a good time for the E Classico.
The E Classico.
Spanning many titles.
Spanning across many titles. All right. We usually do OpTic advice, but we since we skipped it a month, we're gonna skip it today. We already talked about moments.
I guess there's a correlation.
No, there is. We forgot to tweet it out. Okay, I'm a little bit rusty. All right, and I went through them and I'm like, they're the same questions.
what the fuck?
Yeah. So and we did moments, which was the airplane stuff.
Oh,
so
yeah, we did.
any closing comments from my usual?
Nah.
Yeah, I think we're good.
No comments coming out of this guy.
All right. So the next event that we're gonna go to is
The Halo one in Vegas, then the COD one in Vegas.
Gears Open.
Gears Open next month on the 25th, which is right after Thanksgiving. I was thinking
Where,
live
though?
streaming our Thanksgiving dinner.
Columbus?
Yeah, Columbus.
Could be, you know what I'm saying, road trip.
Yo, if you're trying to all go to Gears event, let's roll deep. Come on, please.
All right.
All right,
We can drive
we'll
there.
keep them in suspense.
Because of what happened with this weekend, where Vision was kind of.
You know,
I
we
was
need to show 'em a
upset.
good time.
I was upset with how lackluster we had Vision because it was the first Gears event. Let's
True.
go hard in the next one. I'm trying to get
Alright.
the craziest shots ever.
Even some club action, like
Club action.
look, it'll come in like
Imagine explosive at the
2:31
club.
a.m. Yeah, guys. You know what I mean, like the
He was
keyboard.
making
thing?
his
no,
own
I
sound
don't.
effect.
No, I like it. I like it.
Show you.
You've been watching too much Cops.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
you have been.
I just want to say the law is crazy. Law is crazy.
All right, Jack. Thank you for coming on. Any closing questions?
No,
Any?
This was fun. I mean, I've watched all the podcasts. It's one that I definitely.
Which was your
really enjoy.
favorite?
The one where I said don't get inside my own head or some shit like that.
I don't know. I don't know if that.
No. See, why do you lie?
I direct.
What are you talking
What was
about?
your-
You haven't
favorite?
watched all of them.
Because that was the best one, right?
No, so he hasn't watched all of them. You said I watched.
What was your
all of
favorite
them.
one? You didn't let him answer.
Hey, you didn't give me time.
Ooh,
I mean-
I see you in your mind right now. You're on your phone right now looking at your YouTube history.
Oh, right now. That's what I'm doing.
He's like,
No, I mean, I
Episode
like
20, the
So
last one.
I loved like when it was something that I knew I could look forward to. Like they were always coming in installments. So back in the beginning, when it was like the first ones, when you guys were still fleshing out like what the idea was behind it.
Yeah.
Those were just like everyone was so new to what a podcast was. that it
Except
was
for
like-
me. Go on.
Oh, sorry. Tex isn't new at anything. He's better at everything. So I love that aspect to it because podcast is something that I've been interested in doing, like a one-on-one interview series. So seeing it from this perspective was really cool with the video aspect.
that was an amazing way to not answer the question.
Yeah.
Did you see how
But it's all
amazing that
good
was?
though.
Which one was your
I hate
favorite?
everybody.
Which
I
one
hate all
was
you
your
guys.
favorite?
Which one's your
I
favorite?
don't have a favorite.
I'm trying to get the bubble.
What?
list.
Who was your
Just
favorite
saying.
special
The
guest?
bubble
Bubble what?
What's your favorite guest? Favorite guest. Don't say you.
Oh shit, that was my first one. I honestly, I just like the Dirk one.
Yeah.
The Dirk one was awesome because it was like,
Those-
this is such an outside
Yeah,
perspective.
that's
Yeah.
exactly.
that
crazy.
when you would bring up anything with games, I was like, damn, it's cool to hear like his. how he
And
got
I
it.
don't think I took it far enough.
No,
I didn't
yeah.
ask him anything about esports or how he feels that competitive gaming is rivaling
Like actual
the
sports.
viewership of actual traditional sports.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna do a follow up with him, but that's gonna do it for
Yeah,
us.
whenever, man.
Exactly. Huh?
Huh?
He's coming back, right?
Yeah, whenever we want.
All right, cool.
Get Meek in here. Both of them.
Yeah, let's get me.
How crazy would
we
that
could
be?
try. We could try that. we could work something out. But it got to be me, Dirk, Meek.
Yeah, for sure.
Why?
I mean, you put in the work.
So I could be on the gram. Like,
All right, but that's going to do it for us today, guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you guys enjoyed the episode, as always, please remember to not leave without leaving a like. Yeah, that's going to do it. Do you want to do the honors? Let's see if you watch it. Do the honors. Do our outro.
damn. You just got hit with a tsunami.
I wasn't ready. I'm not ready.
Do you know the outro of the podcast?
No.
Let's
thought you were gonna do it.
Let's inception it.
Hitch. Hit him with the music.